Yo, what's going on? Yeah, so I've just come off I just come off streaming this game over on Twitch. And yeah, I thought, you know what, I'll do like a little video of like my first impressions and what I think of the game. So yeah, I thought I'd just do that. So yeah, to a certain degree, when it comes to this game, I am kind of disappointed with it. I am kind of like a little bit disappointed because there's just some things I kind of wish they kept from like the previous two games, right? Like I get that it's a completely different developer, different team behind it, whatnot. But like I feel like they should have kept some things, right? Like I know, like I know I just said it's different developers and whatnot, but this is like a continuation from the previous two games, right? Like the previous two games were like connected, like story. That makes sense. I know it's like South Park, like you know, like it's not really a story or whatever, but like I mean, no, the previous two ones were like you know the previous two games were like a continuation. They weren't really sequels, but they were like a continuation from each other. If that made any sense whatsoever. But yeah, but at least with the first two, you can tell that they were, you know, at least somewhat made by the same people or whatever. Like it was a continuation. They were like connected in some way. The gameplay was similar. The gameplay was similar. Like everything, it just felt like it was like a natural continuation. This one feels like a very it, so feels like a very different game. It is a very different game, though. And I'm guessing for anyone that's plays I, the fractured butthole, that's such a dumb name. I hate it. Or the stick of truth. Like you would know that. You would know what type of games they are. You will be looking on the screen right now and saying they be like, realizing how different it is and how and everything and whatnot. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing, right? It's a bit of a weird thing. It's like don't get me wrong, I am having fun playing this. I am enjoying myself when playing this, but like I can't help but like think that this is a bit too big of a difference, if that makes sense. Like, like the first thing like I noticed when like the first big thing right that I noticed even like before playing was like it's 3D. It's that is like so jarring. It is so jarring for this. Like considering like well considering what South Park is, it's literally it's always been a 2D thing, right? It is so jarring. like what like seeing these characters as 2D instead of no 3D instead of 2D. It's such a jarring thing. But like, but I think to be honest, that it kind of needs to be that way when it does kind of need to be that considering what this game is. It's just more of like a action game, like a third person like action game, more than a strategy game or whatnot. Like the previous two were. Like I don't know. Like it's there's a lot of things I personally would do differently. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't have made a 3D action game. Like a third person action game. I wouldn't have. I would have. I personally would have kind of somewhat kept it to the same formula the previous two were. But that's just my take on it. I don't think it's a terrible game by any means, but I think it just I think it just like I don't know. I feel like it should have somewhat stuck to the formula, like to a certain extent. 'Cause I know, different developers and whatnot, but you know, I mean, so far from like if you look at like dialogue or the way characters interact with each other, it's the same dumb sort of humor that South Park is known for. So there's no complaints when it comes to like voice acting or dialogue because it is kind of goofy. It's dumb humor, as it always is. Like that's kind of what South Park is. It's dumb humor. like I'm like, I don't know how much editing I will do to the actual video, but as right now, I'm looking on the screen and seeing like me like firing arrows. I'm playing this on PS5, by the way, and it uses the motion controls when I'm using that, and God, it's like that sometimes does bug me because like I should mess around with the settings and the controls, see if I can turn it off because I don't quite like that. I'm not really a fan of using the motion controls. I guess that is to make it more accurate using the bow or whatnot, but I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not really too keen on it, to be honest. But to be fair, at least like someone is using the motion control in the game. But yeah, like this is like the thing. I have been really enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Like this, I'm not. It's not like I've been absolutely been hating this, right? So it's not like I'm here thinking this is the worst game to ever exist or whatever. But like, it's a good game. It's a fun little game. Like I feel like if you like South Park or whatnot, you probably enjoy this. It's like you're not, but it's like. It's like I think for me it's like expectations. I kind of expected it to be somewhat similar to the older ones, to the previous two that came out. But I don't know. Maybe that was just my expectations of going a bit too, being a bit too different to what I probably should have expected it to be, like a very different game, you know. And that's I think that is kind of down on me, you know. So expectations, you know, should be like I should have like held back my expectations, you know. But like, you know what? Like again, I'm only like what a couple of hours in, like 2 hours in, I think. I'm not exactly that far in. Like, I've also got a feeling this might be a lot shorter than the previous two as well. Which is like 5 acts in this game, and it shows you there's like 5 acts in the game, and like, it might be a hell of a lot shorter than the previous ones. Right, it just might be. I don't know. Again, that's not really too big of a complaint because I don't think the game was that expensive anyway. It wasn't like it was a $70 game or whatever. Like it was still like it's still relatively cheap in comparison to most modern games. But that's the thing. Like it's expecting that, you know. I'm not expecting it to be like a extremely long game anyway, since it's not that expensive of a game, you know. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it being like that. But you know, again, like with every like first impression video, right? Like I gotta play a little bit more to really like get a feel for it, to really get my opinions of it. Even though I am a couple of hours in. Like for example, like I know from my Helldivers video, I didn't quite like Helldivers 2. I wasn't entirely keen on it. again, after playing that for for quite a bit, I, I well, I've been loving the game ever since that video, and I should make a follow-up video to that. But I'll talk about how much I love the game. I probably should do a follow-up video, and that's at some point, but that'll be for another day. But anyway, I've got another video I need to record for Dragon's Dogma. Wait, no, not Dragon's Dogma, for Rise of the Ronin. I've already recorded Dragon's Dogma. That's probably got to come out after this one, so. But yeah. Yeah, you know what, I don't think, there's not really much else I really want to talk about. I'm going to be rambling for too long otherwise, I think. Yeah, again, I've enjoyed it so far. I've enjoyed it, even though I do have some complaints about it, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I might do a video on this. I probably will do a video on this later down the line. See what happens, but yeah. Yeah, if you made it this far, obviously you gotta like and subscribe. You might as well while you're here, and do all the same things you hear every other YouTuber say. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.